Welcome back to Lounging with John. What is up, my people, my people, my people? Damn, it's been a minute. Maybe 2 minutes. I don't know. I think I lost count. I better go back to school and get my math figured out, right? What is up, everybody? I do not have the chat turned on yet. Well, it's on, but I'm just not looking at it because I wanted to talk to you guys for a minute to kind of catch things up, right? I've been gone for a couple minutes, okay? Don't hold it against me. I promise I'll be a good boy next time and try not to stay gone so long. Not like everybody missed me. Maybe some did, maybe some didn't. Hey, you know what? It's just the way it is. Sometimes you gotta, take care of other things and something we call life, right? So anyways, I hope everybody's doing all right. I'm going to pop over to Twitter here in a minute and send out a tweet. And if you could do that for me, I'd really appreciate it. This is going to be a good discussion. My gosh, guys, I've been gone for a little bit, but I've been doing so much. And I've been doing a lot of talking, a lot of speaking, just a lot of motivational stuff. And I couldn't be any happier. And I'm on break right now, by the way. I am on break. So now I can get back into the lounge, get everybody caught up to date. And, I did a couple videos, but I never published them. What the hell, John? Why did you not publish them? Because one of them, was me, I seen some stuff going on YouTube and I got a little bit, flamed up about it. And I did the video, but I was like, I went to publish it and I was like, no. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't open up that bag of worms, We don't want to do that, right? So I didn't do it. But anyways, I hope you guys are doing good. Again, if you don't mind to throw this out on Twitter, share it. Let's get some people up in here, okay? And hopefully, it's not showing me how many we got, but I'll take care of that in a minute. I'll just get the chat pulled up so I can see who's with us right now. All right. Hopefully Shauna and Amber and Blue and all you guys, Jeff, all you guys out there. You know what? I think of all you guys. I do. Just because I'm not on, YouTube, doing live or anything doesn't mean that I'm not thinking about you. I promise you that. I think about you guys all the time, because that's what friends do, we don't forget each other. And I've not forgot any of you. But anyways, let me find my first thing is first. I need to find my little earbuds. Here, where are my earbuds? Earbuds, where are you at? There you are. All right. So we're going to disable the background music here in a second. I'm going to hit that magic button and the music is going to disappear. All right. Let's see. Shout out to Summer. Summer, I love you, girl. I'm really glad that she's, listening to the channel now, watching the channel and all that. It makes me very happy to know that. It really does. So, for the music, even though it sounds good and it's, it's popping, we got the music popping. I can do some freestyle to this shit, right? Do a little rap. Hippity bibbity bop bop. No, I'm just kidding. Let's get rid of that. Anyways, I hope you guys are doing all right. I have missed you guys. I've been really busy. And the reason you're seeing the title that you're seeing right now is because of some stuff that I've been doing outside of YouTube. And yeah, I need to get some chat going here. But first I need to kill this, close that. You know what, guys? Somehow or another. Now, don't ask me how it happened because I don't know. My new iPhone, somehow or another, it's like got cracks all over the the screen. And I don't know how. I don't know how. Let me go to, I got to do it different here. We'll just do it this way. Anyways, yeah, my phone is messed up with the screen. What is weird is I've never dropped my phone, so I don't understand it. All right, here we go. Okay, so I've got the chat pulled up. I'm gonna go over on Twitter real quick, tweet it out, because maybe some people's not getting notified as well. I don't know, but either way, I'm gonna do what I do, whether I got 10 people here or 2 people. I'm still gonna talk about this tonight. And yeah, it's nice to have a crowd of people, but if not, that's nobody's fault. And hey, I respect it. So come on, computer, you're being slow. Come on. My computer is running slow tonight, you guys. I don't know why, but it is. I need to pause that because I'm hearing myself. Come on. Here we go. A tweet. That's what I need. I'll send the tweet out. I'm not going to start this discussion until we'll see if we get some more people in here. Hopefully we do. If not, I will continue to talk about drug use and drug abuse and some other stuff. Hopefully we get some people in here too, but you can't break nobody's arms to do stuff. So okay, here we go. YouTube. Okay, there we go. Hopefully Shauna will drop in with us tonight and join us. Yeah. Okay. Come on. You gonna do it or not? Anyways, here we are. I got the chat open. Going to wait for a couple minutes before I get started talking about what I want to talk about, share my opinion and all that good stuff. Right? Where are my supporters at tonight? What is this doing? Twitter is just, I don't know what's going on with Twitter tonight. Come on. Make sure that we're still good on the stream because my computer is just. Let's just do this. All right. We'll just keep it there for a minute. All right, there we go. So yeah, drug use and abuse, anyone can change. Now, I don't know how many people agree with that. I don't know how many would disagree with that, but I'm a big believer in, people changing because anybody can change, right? Anybody. And there's no reason why uh, anyone should think differently about other people, but it happens all the time. Those that have used drugs, they are, treated like dirt. They're judged, they're pointed at, they're criticized, and that's not the way it should be. It should not be that way. Um, but for some reason, a lot of people do it. If you've done any kind of drugs and the public know about it, they're going to judge the crap out of you. You might as well just go ahead and believe that for sure. Right? Uh, what do you do? What do you do? Well, we're going to talk about that. How do you handle it? We're going to talk about that. I'm going to get a link here. I'm going to try to put this on Facebook as well. Just to try to get some new listeners up on here tonight. I've noticed you don't get that big of a crowd as much when you're doing stuff like I do, when you're doing public speaking and, motivational stuff compared to if you're a channel full of drama and hatred and whatever. But here we go. I'm going to click on this so I can get the link, and I'm going to share it on Facebook. Come on. This is when you start working. Oh, now I hear myself. It'd be nice if my computer would stop being so daggone slow. So, okay, here we go. But I really do feel for those that, that have been through, using drugs and stuff, because they are kind of, being outcasted. All because, they made the wrong choices. They took the wrong path. And because of it, there's a lot of people that just completely dragged them into the dirt. Why do we need to make somebody feel more crappy than what they already feel? Right? Now, I'm sorry. That's just the way I see it. And some people might disagree. They might say, no, John, you're wrong. Some people really believe that, look, if you've ever done drugs, you're no good. And some people, you're not going to change their opinion. And that's unfortunate. But I can tell you right now that I've met a lot of people, and I've met people that's, done drugs before. And today, they're doing much better. They're just as good as me and you. They're no less than what we are. Okay, here we go. All right, there we go. I just shared it on Facebook. Hopefully that will get us out there a little bit more than, because right now we don't have no company. I like company, right? So come on, people, join us tonight. If you are listening, and even if you don't want to stick around, at least share this on Twitter for me, will you? Facebook, um, Instagram, whatever. Put it out there for me and help me get a crowd in here tonight. It is only 5:49 p.m. Eastern time. And I think I'm going to call up a guest tonight as well. I'm going to see if he would like to join me on the talk show for a little bit. So I'm going to work on doing that here in just a second. I'm going to do one more thing here. All right, let's see here. Here we go. I'm going to share it one more time. Yeah, I want to bring a friend on. We're going to bring a friend on here. He likes to, most of the time, he likes to join these discussions. So hopefully he'll join us tonight. We're going to find out here in a second because I'm going to message this homie. I'm going to message him after I check my chat again. We only still got one. Come on, people. Where are my people at? Goodness gracious. That's okay. We'll figure it out. Let's see. Hold on one second, guys. Hold on one second, guys. All right, I'm still here, guys. I'm helping my boy. He's doing a copy here on my printer. He's making a copy of everybody that wants to be losers. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, we're getting started here in a second. Did it scan this? Okay, there it goes. So anyways, we're going to try to get my friend on here with us tonight because I would like to, get the discussion started with more than just my opinion. I don't want it to be just my opinion, right? So I'm going to message him and see if he can join us. All right.
Wait, it didn't print. Oh.
So, anyways, let me see here. Let me message my friend here. Are you busy right now? If not, I would like to call you. I'm talking about a really good discussion and would like to see if you want to chat. All right. Okay, so I sent him a message. We'll see what he has to say. Is it working?
I think so.
It should.
It was upside down the first time. Yeah, here it goes.
All right, let's see here.
There we go.
All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Got it?
Yeah, I got it.
All right, so I'm waiting on a message back now, and then we're going to get started. This is going to be a good topic. As a matter of fact, it's funny because, well, I mean, it's not funny, but it's interesting because I seen someone the other day talking about those that, you know, have been down the wrong, you know, the rough road of doing drugs and making mistakes. And, you know, they're out there trying to get a job and, you know, the employers are saying, yeah, you know, we'll hire, but they don't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook up this again. That way I can bring in the call, and we're going to have a guest with us tonight. I've talked to quite a few people outside of YouTube about this, and everyone I've spoke with, they agree with me. Which, you know, it's not one of them things where you got to agree, right? But it's one of them things where, hey, what's going on? Why is it not? Come on. Okay.
5:57 p.m. Thursday. Locked. Try again.
Here we go.
Doc. Phone. Safari. Messages. 100. Sir. Facebook. Ron DesAuto. Face. Maybe. Tasha. 354. Messages. Hit. Compose. Search. Andy. Search. Andy.
Here we
Unread.
go. We
Selected.
got Andy
113.
now.
113 unread. Andy. Button. Andy.
We're going to do
Audio. Button.
here we go.
Andy.
We're calling up Mr. Andy right now. He's going to be the guest on the show tonight, and we'll let him share his opinion.
Hello.
As a matter of fact, he's answering right now. Mr. Buck Wild, how the hell are you, buddy?
Oh, doing real good there, buddy. How you doing?
That's real good to hear. I'm glad you're doing good, and you got all your P's and Q's in a row
Q's and
there,
P's.
don't you?
Everything is good.
Oh, you got your Q's and P's. Mm-hmm.
I don't like peas.
I don't like peas neither. I think they are disgusting.
They are very foul and disgusting.
So how's your day, man?
Yeah, it was all right. Can't really complain.
Decent day, right?
Decent day, yeah.
Good. It's always good when a day runs smooth and
Smooth. A smooth day is a good day.
yes, it is. I
Yes.
must agree. It's actually pretty nice today. It didn't really. I don't know. They said we're supposed to get some pretty rough storms. I've not seen any rough storms come through at all.
Nothing's happened. Everything's way south
Nah.
of here. I ain't worried about it.
It reminds me of that one song, "Can't Touch This." Da-na-na-na. You know, they can't touch this. Da-na. Anyways,
Trying to make a connection with this, but okay.
you don't know the song "Can't Touch This"?
Yeah, by MC Hammer.
Can't touch this.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, so
MC Hammer's my brother from another mother.
MC Hammer time.
Hammer time.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you got two mothers?
Yeah. The fake mom and the
That
real
had to
mom.
be painful when you when they gave you birth at the same time. I mean, how do you
But
come from two people at the same time?
Well, see, the bottom part of me, it's like from my belly down, comes from a fake mom.
You got some weird aerodynamics going here.
Would you let me finish, please? Thank you.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead about you coming out of a artificial.
So top part, which is the brain and everything, that come from the real mom. And what they did at the hospital, they genetically combined the two and formed me.
Wow.
It's pretty
It
far out.
reminds me of the, like it's when they, it's so basically what they did to you is kind of how they can make your bones regrow, like grow.
Yes.
They kind
They
of
made that.
they welded you
It's kind
together.
of like welding, yeah, kind of in a way.
Guys, you have no idea. Me and Andy here, we get into all kinds of crazy stuff. Just having a good time is what it's about.
That's right.
Before we get started on my topic, I was watching a video the other day.
What is your topic?
Well, let me tell you this real quick. I was watching a video the other day. This airplane pilot, they fly like them smaller stunt planes, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think it's called something like Outback Country flying or something like that. Country, I forget what they call it, but he had did a head on.
Like the Outback in Australia,
I don't know if I don't think it's from Australia, no. Okay. But he went to, the one guy landed and the other guy went to do the same thing, but he was doing a dive first, went into the dive and couldn't come back out of it.
Oh,
and get this, he crashed head on into the ground.
Yes.
He survived. He broke both of his legs, both of his feet, and both of his arms. And the reason I brought that up was because I was talking about that bone growth. That's actually what they're doing with his legs, where the bone is missing.
Yep.
Somehow or another, he's wearing these things that are allowing, and it's pretty amazing. It's like so many inches a day that the bone's growing. Like it's not just a little bitty pinch. Like it's pretty amazing how that works.
Yep.
But you know what? He made it through the wreck. I think I told you this the other day, I think, because he's going to go back to flying actually when he gets better.
That's good.
They've already worked on ordering his new plane and building it when he gets it and putting it back together and all that. But
he needs to figure out, when you go into a dive like that, there's a point where you got to pull out that some bitch.
I looked for the video to see what actually happened, and I never did find anything on, because even he said that he didn't understand why that happened. And obviously with it going so fast now, it's hard for him to even recall exactly now.
No, and he's not going to remember everything more than likely. Usually you don't.
But there had to be, I'm just going to guess that somehow or another it stalled.
I'm going to say pilot error on this one.
You think it was a pilot error?
Yep, I sure do.
Maybe he didn't pull up quick enough.
That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, because you got to think, you're going that fast, so maybe you're not as far away as what you think, and then
he could have misjudged it a little bit. Well, maybe
because
more than
if you're going to do a dive like that and pull back up, like the pilot said, if you're off by a foot, it's not going to pull back up. You're going to be too low for it to even be able to do it.
I don't know. I need to go get into a stunt plane and figure this out.
I would actually like to ride in one of them. I mean, I don't know if this was necessarily a.
Actually, sir, I know where we can go do that.
Oh, you know somebody that's got one?
Yes. It's an open plane, too.
Ooh.
It's a biplane. And he gives acrobatic rides.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
It's not cheap, but sometimes when you want to do something, you just got to pay the money. Also, and the people that are listening may be interested in this as well. Up in Cincinnati, they have opened up indoor parachuting thing where you ride on this cushion of air in this tunnel.
You know what? That's funny you're saying that. I was getting ready to tell you about the Fly Phoenix. They do that. They have this tunnel you get in. You wear this suit
Yep.
and air basically pushes you up. It's called Fly with Phoenix or the Fly Phoenix.
Yeah, it's the same company that has the one up in Cincinnati. They're
Yep.
building them everywhere.
You can actually go through training where you can do stunts on your own too.
Oh yeah, they said you can move around. I mean, you're not going to fall. So,
You got to keep your head a certain position though, like your body. You got to, depending on how you position your body, determines which way you go. It's pretty amazing, which makes sense.
Oh, yep.
You know, it's like taking a flat piece of paper and then
The
you
wind-
curve one side of it. It's going to go a different direction.
How fast do you think the wind's going in there? It's pretty interesting number.
It's got to be 100 or more. It's got to be
120.
It sounds accurate.
That's about right.
Yeah, because
it's what it would take to keep you up there.
Yeah,
because you can actually you can flip a car that's setting with 120 mile an hour wind. You can flip a car over. I mean, that's when you look at tornadoes. That's
with the wind, you get underneath of it and
flip it.
Yep. Pretty cool.
So we may have to go up to Cincy, John.
We could YouTube that too, bro. Do a video of it wearing the
I know
the
they
GoPro.
would let you do it. That would be GoPro. I'll just take my iPhone.
Well, yeah, you could do that too.
I'll just put it on Facebook Live. I mean,
Yeah. I think we should look at doing this for the summer.
And if we go up there, we may have to stop in at Kings Island too.
That'd be all right.
Even though next year is really when we need to go up there because they got a new ride. It's supposed to be better than Millennium Force, which Millennium Force at Cedar Point's my favorite ride.
Yeah, well, they've got something that outdoes the Millennium now up there at Cedar Point. They've got that one ride that goes through 2 different gates.
Yeah.
That's how high that daggone thing goes. I forget what it's called, but I got to get on that ride. Can you imagine how high that is? Imagining that.
I don't think it's as high as Top Field Dragster ride, though, John. I'm pretty sure.
This is higher than what the Millennium is.
Yeah, Millennium's not as high as Top Field Dragster. Top Field Dragster is one of the highest coasters out there.
Yeah, you might be right, but I know you go through 2 different gates to get to the top.
That's pretty wild.
And if it takes 2 gates to keep on giving the roller coaster enough charge, because that's what the gate does, just repowers.
It's most of the rides anymore. Some of them use chain drive. A lot of them are using electrical magnet.
Yeah. And I think that's why
so fast too.
That's why they got a couple gates to get up that high, because they got to recharge or whatever, which is pretty cool. So
it is pretty cool.
A conversation that we're going to talk about tonight is also a conversation that I seen and had with other people on Facebook, outside of Facebook, on Twitter, outside of Twitter, etc. And that is a couple of different things here: drug use and abuse, and people being able to change when they go through drug usage or a criminal background or whatever the case might be. The reason I brought this up was I had a very good conversation the other day with a lady that I know her. I'm not going to say her name on, live, but I'll just tell you, my ex-brother-in-law's mother.
Oh, yeah. I know. Okay.
She had done a post that it's pretty pathetic that all these employers, they go off of saying that they want to, hire people, even that's had backgrounds or that's done drugs, but they don't do it. They say they will, but they say that for the media. Okay.
Well, I don't understand her point.
Her point is, how does people expect those that have been on drugs or those that did have a past to ever get beyond that if they can never get a job because of what they might have done in their past.
In the past, like if they have, you're saying like if they have like a felony.
Well, not necessarily, not even a felony. Just okay. Well, that person there's got a a drug charge on their background, so they go to try to get a job. Even though this employer says we hire, we do give people chances, but they don't. And
most of them just do the drug test, and you fail it, you don't get hired.
That I get.
You get hired. I mean,
that I get. But if you got a background, okay, and let's just face it, everybody has made a mistake somewhere or another.
Correct.
Whether it's a criminal mistake or it was just a mistake, just in general,
Yeah, in general.
I believe that anybody can change that. I believe that, Andy, you could have 10 years ago, you could have went and got busted for 2 pounds of cocaine 10 years ago.
Yes.
That doesn't make who you are today.
Correct.
And I don't believe that it's the fair way to judge people because of their past. If they're showing improvement, why is it right for us to judge them? So I'm going to let you speak.
I feel that the whole system needs to really change dramatically from making the person pay for their faults after they had done their time or paid their fines or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't matter. They've already paid their. So why should that continually
affect them the rest of their life?
Life.
I mean, I get it. People are going to want to know, what this person's been through in the past, but I say that if it's not murder or something really bad.
Okay. Let me turn this around a little bit. Let me be devil's advocate on this one and say, okay, Jim Bob shot up a place 10 years ago. Still kind of crazy, okay? Well, this place hires him. They don't do no background check or nothing on him. It's Jim Bob. He can work. Well, Jim Bob gets mad at somebody one day.
And does it again.
Goes off the rocker and shoots up the place. Well, they didn't know about that because they didn't do Jim Bob's background check.
Right. And that's where I said that I think that now
it has to come down to this. We need to, okay. It comes down to this. We need to stop incarcerating non-violent offenders.
I agree.
It has to come down to, we have GPS devices. If they want to put them under house arrest, I see no problem with that. I mean, put it to where they can only leave their house to go to work, and that's it.
Well, and and
the rest of the time they are in their house.
We have so many different rehabilitation programs that never get used, and when they do,
I don't know about that. I mean, you look at all these.
I mean, some of them do get used.
Centers, they are full.
Yeah, some of them do, but I'm saying they don't leave them there long enough.
Well, and part of the reason that is, John, is insurance is part of it. Plus, it is such a long waiting list. Some of that's months.
It is, but in order to keep everybody else from going to prison, right? Like you said, you've got to balance it out somewhere. So,
but we're not balancing it out right now.
The criminals, the criminal justice system is definitely very unbalanced.
Yes.
We go after the criminals and we prosecute, but it doesn't make it perfect. It's definitely not perfect.
No, it's not. It just needs to be adjusted. Um, definitely.
And with your question, now, let's say that that person did get out of prison 10 years ago and he did, all that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that person, if he's not ill or mentally.
It doesn't matter.
Well, no, that's not what I'm saying. He did his time, but I'm saying he can
but
change.
This is a violent crime, and you have to look at that differently.
Well, you have to.
We're not talking about like theft or minor
but if it's not a crime where he, obviously he did a shooting, but let's say nobody got killed, right? It's a serious crime. Somebody could have got killed, but it doesn't mean that this person can't, learn from what they did and get better.
Can. But me tell you this, a company is not going to stick their ass on the line just because Jim Bob thinks he's okay.
No,
and if something happens, this company gets sued.
And it's going to depend on the job. I mean, there can still be jobs somewhere that this person,
Well, I'm serious. That's really what it's about.
Oh, I know.
These companies don't, and they would get sued. That's the thing. They would, and they have to protect themselves.
And like I said, let's go back to the question before that, or the statement is, with the ones that are non-violent history.
Yes,
they suffer just as much.
No, that's the part that needs to change.
Yeah,
your non-violent offenders need to be under house arrest. They can make this monitoring system better than it is.
I agree. The
technology is there. Yes, it's a little bit expensive, but
let me throw another curveball at you. Now let's go to people that.
All right.
Let's go to people that have been on drugs.
All right. That's a non-violent offender.
Okay. Now, not talking about jobs here this time. We're just going to talk about in general about how they are outcasted and put into the dirt. What is your opinion on? Do you believe that just because someone was a drug user for 5 years that they're never going to do better in their life?
They can if they want to, but it also, you have to look at, you almost have to break it down to what they're on and what they're doing, because there are different addiction patterns.
Well, yeah, but we're talking about someone that used to do drugs that is still suffering, being judged because they did do it.
No, they shouldn't be judged. They haven't, been arrested for any type of thing like that, or theft or whatever. No, you shouldn't judge them wrongly.
And I get it.
That would be silly.
I get it, Andy, that, sometimes it is hard for certain, people to get through things and all that. But bottom line is we can all change unless we got a serious medical condition or a mental condition. Everybody can change.
Some of these drugs do border on a mental condition.
Or they border on
your brain,
the abuse that the person's been through.
Well, either that or I don't know. It's something that we're handling the wrong way. It needs to be done with treatment and incarceration. I don't think.
Well, and I think that you would probably agree if I was to say that you can't expect someone to do better if all you're doing is giving them negative feedback and making them feel like they're dirt, even though they're doing better in their life, trying to do better in their life. And you got all these people that say, no, you're no good because you did pot. So I'm not going to talk to you because you're no good. It's ridiculous the way we look at the world. It really is.
Yep.
There's And obviously, I don't think that, well, it's something that we probably can't change because people at the end of the day, they're going to have their own damn opinion. And if a lot of them, if that's the way they feel yesterday or felt yesterday, that's the way they're going to
feel that way today. Yes.
Yep. Even after they hear someone talk about it for 2 hours. But let it be known that I don't believe in treating somebody like that. I believe that anybody can change. I believe that if you get
they
the right,
can. I know people that's changed dramatically.
Yeah.
But they gotta want to do it.
Exactly. I look at it, which, my own story is nowhere near what we're talking about. But when I was younger, I had a completely different view on life. I was a different person. I had different priorities that was just the wrong priorities.
Most people, you have to, I've talked to you about this before. When you look at life, you have to look at life as like chapters. It's like a book. Different chapters are different things. You go on from one thing to the next. Don't live your life in the past. You have to worry about the present and the future. The past will do you no good.
That's what I tell people. I say, hey, you should really wake up and enjoy today for what it is.
Absolutely.
Really look at it as, how would we act if we actually, everybody went around living like it was their last day? They would make it the best day. Now, I'm not talking about like, crazy people, like, but you should live
like a purge.
Right. I mean, don't wake up looking at the past because it gets you nowhere.
Right.
And you should look at where you are today and what you can do to make it better. And you sure in hell shouldn't be going around throwing dirt on people because they're, they made the wrong choices in the past. Nobody's perfect. I don't care who
Nobody's
you are.
Perfect. And you know what else? If you don't like a person, don't hang around them. Don't talk to them. You don't have to.
Yeah, you don't.
It's your choice.
Yeah, exactly. You don't got to insult them and degrade them and humiliate them. Just go your own way. Because whether people want to face it or not,
there's
opinions cause people to do stupid stuff.
There's people that I don't like Johnny, and I don't talk to Johnny, but Johnny's paying me to do this podcast.
Right.
But in all serious though,
guys, he's joking, by the way.
I have a sense of humor today.
Yes, that's good. We always do.
Oh,
but I just feel like, look, you don't like someone, fine. It's fine. But you don't got to drive them in the dirt.
No, why? I don't understand it. What all that borders on bullying? It is nothing but bullying, and it's adults.
If people stop doing that, you know how many people, the percentage of the suicide rate, you know how far it would go down?
No, it would drop dramatically.
Yes. But unfortunately, some people find and seek pleasure out of hurting others.
Oh, they love it. It makes them feel great. That's because they...
Let's talk to the ones that are going through it. What would you, if you're talking to someone that's done drugs or has done mistakes in their past, what would you say to them to try to help them feel better about today and to move forward without listening to all the...
You have to think about yourself. You are number one, not anybody else.
I agree with that 100%. There's an article that I got. I can't remember if I sent it to you or not, but it talks about all these different morals on, how to improve your own life by taking away, for example, we might do something because someone else says that that's the way that should be done. So we just do it. because
we want to emulate what they do because we think that they're right, and that's cool.
if we could just learn how to really take control of our own inner scorecard, not outer, inner, as like what you said, you got to think about yourself and look at your own views, your own feelings, your own outlook on your life instead of using the outer scorecard, which is what most people use.
Yes,
It'd make a big difference.
sure would.
But don't let people make you feel like you're no good just because they think they're better than you. You got, if you can't get that out of your head, you'll never get through it.
That's right.
Right? You gotta get that out of your head.
Absolutely. I mean, you gotta look at yourself, not get all involved in what other people think or what other people are even doing.
I had
Does it really
somebody
matter?
message
No.
me a day later. I did a podcast and they messaged me a day later after I had discussed about my phone is going nuts. Let me fix it here. Hold on.
Notification. Dock. Music. Double tap to open. Voiceover off.
We'll just turn off voiceover. I did a podcast about creating a new mindset for yourself by doing a little exercise every morning. Wake up, give yourself good thoughts, positive thoughts, and you do that for so long. You've heard me talk about this before.
Oh, absolutely.
Well,
yeah, it'll work.
I had a guy.
Any type of positive motivation.
Yeah. And I had a guy message me and said, well, I did it, but on my third day, I didn't feel any different. Listen, it's going to take more than 2 days.
Okay, you do these positive thoughts, but you also have to
You got to follow through with it.
You got to follow through and do something that's positive, or otherwise it's.
I mean, you can't sit there and do nothing while you're giving yourself positive feedback. You got to take ownership of the situation, ownership over your life, and give yourself positive, feedback to yourself, and then go out and do positive things for you, not for me, not for Andy. But
right,
for you.
It's got to be for you.
It's not going to work in
because
just a couple days.
What? Nobody else is going to do it for you, and they shouldn't.
Now,
you're an adult.
And let me just state this. What I had stated very clearly was that if you did follow through with it the way that I said, and you did that for 30 days, I guarantee with certainty if you're doing it the right way, and the first thing you do when you wake up is you do that exercise for about 2 or 3 minutes. You do that for 30 days and you work on yourself for 30 days. I guarantee it with certainty you will see an improvement. Period.
You will feel better. You will probably have more of a positive outlook.
And eventually, this is what I like about it too. I mean, I've done it and it works for me. I don't even do it by habit now. It's just an automatic thing. You eventually just wake up and you have positive things going through your mind automatically.
Yep.
It's like you're turning on a new switch. And once you prime that switch for a while, eventually it's just going to keep doing it by itself.
Yeah, it'll come natural. And that's where it's the benefit.
So,
but it takes more than 3 days.
If people want to laugh about that and say, "Oh, it don't work," then that's fine.
Their choice.
But I'll tell you what,
laughing makes them feel better. Hey,
I've had one negative comment about it compared to 27 positive comments about it. So,
that's kind of lopsided right there.
Definitely, most definitely.
Yes.
27 other people that.
I got a negative comment. I don't believe it. No. There's 2.
Well, there's actually 2 people that are considering coming on the show and talking about themselves and what happened when they did it. I'm trying to get the one lady to do it. She's got a pretty amazing story. You're talking about a lady that went from having absolutely nothing and living a very rough life, very rough.
Oh,
She did it. She did it for almost 60 days, and it's changed her life all the way around.
that's
And
awesome.
it did exactly what I said. She don't get up and, think about it. Now when she gets up, it's just there. She feels good about herself. And every day she wakes up, she said she just automatically starts thinking of positive things to do that day for herself, for her life. And I'm telling you, I hope she comes on, because people need to hear that. People need to see the results. And maybe that will help other people better understand how much it does make a difference.
Yep, I agree.
I'm not someone that has lived that perfect life either. I've been through some pretty rough stuff myself, but it took me to get through it. It took me to get out of it. It took me to make sure my life didn't continue to stay on the same path.
Right.
Period. Does it help having people around you that support you? Sure it does. But is it necessary? No, it's not. And I'm sure there's a lot of people that, have been through way worse than me or you, but you're not going to change it until you do it for yourself.
Correct.
Back to the main topic here, though, about drug use and abuse. The one thing I wanted to say, well, let me ask you, I need to get you on this. What do you think would be the most reasonable and the best way, really, for someone to recover from using drugs? What is your opinion on that?
Treatment programs, especially for we're talking like meth and heroin.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have a treatment program. Otherwise,
Do you believe in medicated
chances are-
treatment programs?
yes,
I do too.
if the drugs they're using is safer than the illegal drug, then absolutely, because
And if it's done the right way.
it has to be done the right way, because that can also turn into an abusing situation. It has to be regulated correctly.
I think it needs to be a very monitored program too. I don't think
Yes.
just giving somebody, well, here you go. Here's 90 days of your medicine. Come back in 90 days. Let's see how you are. I don't think that's the way to do it neither.
I think eventually, and they are developing the technology to where you have this.
You're not
implant.
using my damn dog, so don't ask. Oh, sorry. Go ahead now. What? What's the technology?
Yeah, that's not implanted in Sarah, but okay.
Oh, my bad.
Oh,
what is a new technology?
He's tripping out over there.
I forgot my
Where
finger.
they can.
My bad. Sorry. Go ahead, Buck.
To where like your medicine will be like in an implant in your arm or wherever, and each day you'll get the correct dosage. You don't even have to do anything.
Now that's
It's
pretty
just
cool.
like, yep. I mean,
That
it's
is
not
pretty
out there
cool.
yet, but it's going to be.
And you'll have to go, every so many months, you'll have to go back and get a refill.
Yep.
And I don't even think they'll replace it. They'll just inject whatever.
It's according how they set it up. They could have like a, I don't know. I mean,
Do you think they're going to have like a port on their arm like you do on the back of your head when you had your brain transplant?
It could be kind of similar to that.
See, guys, what you don't know is I can hook Buck up to my computer.
The last time we did this, it really caused a problem, though. Do we really want to go through that again?
Man, you really kind of scared me, man. You got the shaking and
Then I started yelling. I could see again. I was like, "What?"
Yeah, I know. It's pretty wild.
Again, I'm like,
He's got a USB
Really?
port on the back of his head. No,
"Yes."
actually, I was thinking of that one movie. I forget the name of it now, but pretty wild movie. But yeah, seriously, I think that back to be serious about it. I believe that medicated programs work.
Yep. If it's done correctly, it will.
Obviously, you got a
It's
group of
no
people out
different
there
from
that
than medication used for depression.
exactly.
That's a good thing as
Exactly.
well. And it does help.
And there is a large group of people that don't believe in medicated programs because they think automatically, oh, well, they're just going to take advantage of it. And, and maybe some do, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't work.
No, that's right. You're always going to have, no matter what you do, somebody will always take advantage of some part of the program.
You're always going to have your
around it.
patch of poison ivy in the jungle, people.
That's right. You just you gotta go around it.
You gotta get away from the itch. You know what I'm saying? But no, seriously, to all of you out there that have been through drugs or that's still going through it, the one thing you gotta stop is you gotta stop letting other people make you decide what you're going to do today. Now, I don't mean
because it's not their decision. No, you're right. Somebody says, "Well, let's go do this or let's go do that,
right,
or let's go steal something." No,
stay away from it.
You need to think about you and not what other people want you to do.
If you want your life to improve in a positive manner, you've got to treat yourself in a positive manner and give yourself positive answers and positive results. That's the only way. And it's hard. I get it.
Correct.
You got teenagers that are 17, 18, even younger, 20, 21, 22. Peer pressure is a bitch. And I get that. And it's no fun to hear people dog you and put you down. But if you just learn to fade them out and start focusing on what matters to you the most. And honestly, I believe that if you are on drugs, even if you're on something serious like heroin or meth, the only way you're going to get better is by you really wanting it. Do you want to get better? Do you really want to change? Do you really want to be off the drug? Because until you say yes, John, or yes, Andy, I don't want this anymore, until you actually have that in your head and believe that, nothing will ever change anything about you. You got to believe it. You got to want to stop doing it. Me and Andy can sit here all day and say, oh my gosh, Sarah, I really want you to stop doing them drugs. Please stop. And tomorrow you're still going to be doing them. But if you say, I'm done with this life, I want to change my life for the better and I want to quit, that's when it's time for you to go get the help. Any comments on that, Andy?
You're right. I mean, you gotta want to do it, and you gotta have that motivation.
I think that, and I've said it for so long, and I know it's like a repeat, but motivation is honestly the key point to success. It really is.
Oh yeah.
And I know some people, they might not believe it because they just can't see it. But once you start changing yourself, taking ownership in your life and forgetting the ones that want to put you down, forget about them. If they're putting you down, then they don't matter to you anyways. So you should just forget about them. And
that's right.
It could even be someone that you love, and maybe you thought they loved you, but if they did, they wouldn't be putting you down. And if that's the case, then you're not going to be any worse off without them. Move on without them, because you're going to be better off probably.
Yep.
And that's just my opinion. That's all I can give you legally. But if you keep yourself around people that don't give a crap about you and that want to dog you and judge you because you made a bad choice, I'm sorry to say your life's never going to change. It's always going to be a circle. And
Yep.
you're going to be one continuously circle jerking yourself, pretty much.
Absolutely.
And that's the blunt side of me, putting it to you as easy as I know.
Yep.
I've got all kinds of people that care about me. And you know what? They don't dog me. You know, Andy's been my best friend for 35 years. And he doesn't dog me. Now, if I was doing something he thought that was going to jeopardize my life or what I had going for me, would he say something? Yeah. But he wouldn't say it in a manner of insulting me. He would confront it.
It's one of those deals. I would confront something once, and that would be probably the end of it.
I mean, if you care about someone, you got to confront it once.
Correct.
Because if you didn't, then
you don't care.
Then you don't honestly deep down give a shit. Now, I'll tell you right now, when you're talking about a best friend, every little thing that happens to my best friend, I'm going to give a damn about. And I'm going to put my opinion to be known at least once.
Yep.
And it goes on the other side now. If someone gives you their opinion and it's right and you just blow them off, well, then you also don't care.
Right.
Because if you did, you would at least consider what they're saying and look at what they're saying. I'm not saying you got to listen to everybody's opinion, but if it's someone that really means a lot to you, consider what they're saying.
Yeah, you better think about what they said.
Yep. Think about it.
Analyze it.
Look at it, analyze it. If you don't, then you're no better than they are.
Yeah, because you don't care what that person thinks. Which if yeah.
Someone that emailed me on a week ago or so, and they had said that, there's also people that are on drugs that don't give a damn about themselves, but yet they put on a face as if they're the victim. If you don't care about what you're doing to your own body, to your own health, to your own life, what right do you have to sit back and judge anybody else for saying something about you anyways?
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Now, if you're trying, you're really trying, you're reaching out and you're really trying, then you've got a right to say, hey, that's not right of you to judge me. Does that make sense?
Yep, absolutely.
So what would you say? Last question about the employment here. What would you suggest for someone to do if they're trying to get a job and they keep getting turned down everywhere they go? What do they do? What do we do to help them? Do we confront the publicly, through media, confront the employers and say, hey, what are you doing? What do we do?
There's no real, but the thing with this one is every case is different and you can't throw one blanket over everything because it just doesn't work.
You're right. Every case is different, but that doesn't mean just give up because these places are not hiring you.
All right.
You got to just keep on walking the walk and just keep trying.
Yep.
It's unfortunate that, I understand the employers and why they're scared to hire some people. I get that. But it's also unfortunate for the ones that really are a changed person, that really have change their life all the way around. Yeah, I get it. It is unfortunate for you. But that's not your fault. I think that's the thing that you understand is it's not just their fault. It's crime alone and the way that we handle it. That's where the problem is.
Yep, I agree.
So, I guess I'll end with this. I do not believe in judging other people for what they've done in their past. Whatever they did it. It's their life. And if they're changing for the better, then by God, I'm proud of them for doing that. But I'm not going to sit here and drag anybody through the dirt because they're not perfect. That doesn't mean that I agree that someone should have went out and murdered somebody or raped somebody or something like that. I just don't believe in judging other people in general. I believe it's a poor philosophy to live by. What would you like to end with on your final statement? In a general statement about all this tonight, Buck, what is your opinion to the people? Talk to the people, Buck. Talk to them.
You got to think about yourself. That is to be the number one thing. You.
So, guys, there you go. Buck, stay on the line here. Don't go nowhere. I hope you guys enjoyed our little live stream tonight. I've not been online for a little while, because I do have more than just YouTube. I do got a life and I got other things I got to take care of. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, y'all, give us a thumbs up. I appreciate every one of you. Let us know what you thought about the hangout tonight, the conversation, some of the topics we discussed. Leave your comments down below. Let us know. And hopefully, if you missed it this time, hopefully you'll be able to join us next time, which could be next week, tomorrow, next weekend. You never know. It probably won't be tomorrow. Tomorrow's my birthday. I don't work on my birthday. Sorry. I just don't do it. No, I'm just kidding. It's not that big of a deal. But yeah, tomorrow I'll be 18. What do you think about that, Buck? I'll be 18.
Pretty awesome.
Damn. Anyways, y'all, I'm going to skedaddle daddle up on out of here. And if you are someone that's been through drug use or drug abuse, just remember at the end of the day, it's up to you to change your life. Stop letting other people that judge you bring you down. Stop letting their opinion actually matter, because it doesn't.